I am so upset that the things we did and the things we fought for and the boys that died for it, it's all gone down the drain. Our country's gone to hell in a handbasket. We haven't got the country we had when I was raised. Not at all. Nobody will have the fun I had. Nobody will have the opportunity I had. It's just not the same. That's not what our boys, that's not what they died for. It's just not it. Just takes me time to get over it. Because why me sitting here like this? See?
We took out, and here's what they want us to put back in. We found that under President Biden, they were spending $3 million for circumcisions and vasectomies in Zambia. We took that out. The Congresswoman says, we're going to shut down government till you put that back in. We found $500,000 of American taxpayer money for electric buses in Rwanda. We found $3.6 million for pastry cooking classes and dance focus groups for male prostitutes in Haiti. I kid you not. I'm not making this up. That was in the budget under President Biden. We took it out. Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez in the socialist wing, the loon wing of the Democratic Party, says we're going to shut down government until you put it back in. I'll just read you a few more that we took out. They are demanding we put back in. $6 million for media organizations for the Palestinians. $833,000 for transgender people in Nepal. $300,000 for a pride parade in Lesotho. $882,000 for social media mentorship in Serbia. $4.2 million. We took it out. The Congresswoman and the socialist wing of their party says we got to put that back in for the open government. $4.2 million for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and intersex people in the Western Balkans and Uganda. I could spend the rest of the afternoon.
I genuinely don't know how much longer we're going to take this and not see that both of these parties are in it together. You guys, as somebody who voted for this administration, I'm never voting again. It's all a sham. But as somebody who took part in voting for this administration, I know that the goal was to cut the fat and to get back to basics. And you guys, as they're standing up there blaming an entire party who doesn't have control for this shutdown, they are reaching their goals and meeting their agenda at the same time while they're getting to offload the blame. And then the Democrats are just blaming the Republicans right back. All the while, Mike Johnson literally told the House Republicans to not show up for work and to let the government shut down. Now you have Vice President J.D. Vance saying that, oh, well, if it continues to linger, then we're going to have to do some layoffs. Like, that wasn't the whole point in the beginning. And I just don't know how much longer we're going to take that they are working against us while they're going to collect a paycheck. The military is not going to collect a paycheck, and they really want you to know that, all the while they're deploying these National Guard troops all throughout the country, authorizing full force against the citizens. And it's just like they want it to collapse and nobody can see it. Everybody's still taking the talking points and blaming the left and blaming the right. And it's exhausting. It's infuriating. And I don't know how much longer you guys are going to take it. I can't bear it anymore. I just don't know how much longer it's going to go on. Take care of your neighbor, you guys, and take care of your own, because no one else is going to take care of you. God bless America.
My friends, this is not a normal government shutdown. Let me explain the stakes and how we got here. The Trump regime, along with Republicans, wanted to fund the government with a continuing resolution that would have kept existing funding levels the same. But if Democrats had accepted that deal, they would have effectively given approval to all of the terrible and wildly unpopular policies that Trump has pushed through since retaking office. That includes his funding cuts to public broadcasting and foreign aid programs. It also includes Trump's signature piece of legislation, the big, ugly bill that gives the richest Americans a giant tax cut, financed largely by cuts in Medicaid, Medicare, food stamps, and clean energy programs. That big, ugly bill passed the Senate last July because it required only 51 Republican votes in a special rule called reconciliation. This time, Republicans needed Democratic votes to avoid a shutdown and to continue those big, ugly policies. They couldn't do it with just 51 votes. They needed more votes than that. Democrats, therefore, became suddenly important to them. Why the hell would any Democrat go along with that? I've lived through government shutdowns. Under normal circumstances, I understand why compromises are made to keep the government running. I have been in favor of keeping the government running, but our government is not running right now. It's effectively been shut down for months as Trump has destroyed checks and balances, usurped the power of the purse from Congress, and unleashed an authoritarian nightmare throughout the country. Democrats cannot cave into this shutdown. They must not operate as if what Trump is doing right now is normal, because it's not normal. In the short term, Democrats have to use their leverage to restore funding to vital programs that millions of Americans rely on, like Medicaid and the Affordable Care Act. And in the long term, they've got to paint a bigger picture for the American people about the devastating realities of Trump's regime. This is an opportunity for Democrats to fight back, not capitulate.
The U.S. government has officially shut down. Here is exactly what that means for you. As of midnight, Congress failed to pass a funding bill, and the federal government has now entered a shutdown. Now, essential services will continue. Social Security checks will still go out. Medicare and Medicaid remain in place. The military, Border Patrol, law enforcement, and air traffic controllers will keep working. But here's the catch. Most of those workers won't be paid until the shutdown ends. The bigger impact is on federal agencies. The Department of Health and Human Services is furloughing more than 40% of its staff. At the CDC, nearly 2/3 of workers are being sidelined. And at the National Institutes of Health, it's close to 75%. The FAA will furlough about 11,000 employees. Flights will keep running, but training and safety checks slow down. National parks may technically stay open by using visitor fees, but without staff or rangers, most will be inaccessible or unsafe. Now, here's what's unusual this time. The White House told agencies to prepare not just for furloughs, but for permanent layoffs and reductions in force. Even the Department of Housing and Urban Development put a banner on its website blaming the, quote, radical left for the shutdown, something experts are calling an unprecedented use of official government sites for political messaging. So why is this even happening? Well, the fight is over healthcare subsidies, Medicaid, and broader social spending. The House pushed a short-term funding extension, but the Senate rejected it, and neither side is backing down. Until Congress and the president reach an agreement, the shutdown will continue. Every day it lasts, hundreds of thousands of federal employees go without pay, scientific research is delayed, permits and projects are frozen, and the economy takes a bigger hit. For context, the last time that this happened, that the government shut down, was in December of 2018. It lasted for 35 days, which was the longest in U.S. history. This is the first shutdown since then, and experts say it could be just as costly. The big question now isn't just how long will this last, but whether some programs and agencies could face permanent cuts once the dust settles. As always, I will keep you guys updated, so hit that follow button for more news.